Okay, so fess up, are you taking the whole week off? That'd be nice. I can't even imagine the idea of being able to take an entire week, especially a holiday week. I don't know, maybe sometime in the future that will happen, but it's not going to be this week. I've already been to work, as a matter of fact, this morning. Been there, done that, so not going to be happening this week, and that's okay. I don't have a problem with that at all. And glad to be here with you this morning, as a matter of fact. Just grateful for the gift of another day. That's kind of the way I've started trying to approach things, because if you get too caught up in the big picture, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, it's overwhelming, political opinion. This guy should have, that guy didn't, this guy will, and then pretty soon it just kind of permeates the entire being. And so sometimes it's just good to step back and just go, you know what? It's my house. What's happening in my house this morning, that's what's important. Or what's happening in my community, that's really what's important in my world. We encourage you to do that, especially if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed by everything that's happening, whether it's a pandemic and a virus and whether to believe or you don't believe or you're fatigued by it. Again, step back. Appreciate what is. Easy philosophy to talk about, not always easy to execute. I know as well as anybody. It's easy to say those things, but to execute, it's like Mondays. It's easy to go, oh, Monday is no different than Friday. And then the BS meter goes off behind you and realize that, okay, maybe it's not the same as Friday, but we can make it as good as we possibly can. Again, good to see you here this morning. Please drop me a line. Let me know that you're here. It's really easy, just like you would comment on any other Facebook post. You can post up, you can say good morning. You can say good morning to everybody else that's here this morning. You can also give me an idea where you're, watching the live stream this morning, what you have planned for Thanksgiving. You have a good weekend. And I mentioned at the beginning, how many people are off this entire week? And we were laughing this morning, Dana and I, because we were talking about, it's been a long time since I was in grade school, let's be honest. But I was trying to think, I don't remember ever having the entire week off for Thanksgiving. Do you? It was usually, Thursday, Friday. That was Thanksgiving. If you got Thanksgiving, we always got Thanksgiving. But that's a whole nother subject, about whether or not you celebrated Thanksgiving. And I know a lot of people go, what? There are people in this country that don't celebrate? There are. There always are. We're going to talk about a lot of things this morning. We're going to run through the headlines, of course, and then we're going to talk about where we stand as far as COVID numbers. We're going to talk a little bit about what you learned in the history class about Thanksgiving and whether maybe or not that was not how it really happened, but what we should know about Thanksgiving. And then we're also going to talk about, I ran across a very interesting article that said the best thing about Thanksgiving was turkey gumbo the day after. And I thought, you know what? That's not something that would have ever entered my head. That's not at my house. No, not at my house. I mean, at your house? I mean, it's a great idea. I like the concept, but it's just not something that would have happened. And yes, somebody's going to comment. We'll talk about Dan's facial hair. Yes, it's still here. It's 23. I've got 7 more days. And then I might take a poll. Like it, hate it, keep it, burn it, facial hair. All right, let's, Esther Holloman, good morning to you. Hi, Candy. Candy, I can only imagine that, because as soon as your name came up, I thought, Candy Love. I can only imagine what that must be like growing up with Candy Love. Not a bad thing. I'm just saying I'm sure that a lot of people would have given you a little bit of grief about that. Hey, Jason Eidelberg, good morning to you. Keith Smith is up this morning as well. Eileen is, what? From the UK? Really? From the United Kingdom, eh? Kind of a lockdown there, right? Going on. No restaurant eating, no going out after night, no running down, checking out what's going on at the local pub, I guess, these days from what I understand. Well, Eileen, I'm flattered. Thanks for watching from the UK this morning. We've had people all over the world watch the morning update. Tammy, good morning to you. Ready for Turkey Day? Well, Tammy, here's the thing. Any day can be Turkey Day. It doesn't have to be Thanksgiving. Steve Clark, good morning to you. Apparently a Seahawks fan. Sarah, good morning as well. Cadillac, I guess, is up and watching this morning as well. Elton Grubbs, good morning to you, sir. Hope all is well. Angela Campbell, that tie is on. Why, thank you, Angela. You know, every once in a while, does this happen to you? And probably not if you don't wear ties. But I have, you can imagine, I've been doing this for more than 40 years, television. And that whole 40 years, now there are a lot of guys that don't wear ties. They're very casual. It was never any place that I worked that was a policy that was accepted. So you can imagine through the years, I've accrued a lot of ties. And you might have heard me say that lately my ties have been coming from strange places. My wife likes to shop estate sales because she likes antiques and unusual things. I like to shop with her because that's where I buy my ties. I really do, because I find most of the time they're kind of vintage, cool ties and things you can't find so much today. Cynthia, good morning to you in Beaumont. Hello, Carl. Hope you had a good weekend. Donald Frazier, I hope you did too. Joel Wiggins is Aliquippa, PA. Working today, huh, Joel? Joel is a truck driver, we know from the morning show days. David McPeak, Nina says you should keep your facial hair. Thank you, Nina. But there's only really one person that has a vote, and it ain't me. But she's in the other room. Already thinking about, already ahead. This is my wife. Already far ahead when it comes to Thanksgiving. Recipes, nope, Thursday, Friday, I'm not sure. Oh, okay, I got you. Sarah says, kids are off all week. Yes, they are. Also this morning, Edna, good morning to you. Babysitting in Humble today. There's going to be a lot of babysitting going on, isn't there, with grandparents? I know our grandchild, who is enrolled in public school, we have 9 grandkids. 8 of them are not in public school. 1 of them is in public school. The rest of them are homeschooled. But the one that is in public school will be coming to our house as well. But she's old enough, it's not really babysitting anymore. It's just enjoying our company, our time together. Danny Bledsoe, instead of weather forecast, there should be homicide forecast. It was crazy this morning, Danny. I'm not going to, when I kept going, how many of these do we have? I think we had, and we can get to the headlines here, but I think we had 3 or 4 fatal shootings over the weekend. I don't know. Is that a byproduct of something that we're in the middle of here? Let me take you over to kfdm.com and you'll see what we're talking about. Beaumont Police, they're investigating 2 fatal shootings on Sunday. Right? And then there was another one that took place overnight in Port Arthur. Then you had Chambers County, which is decided that the body discovered there last week was a homicide. It was a major outbreak. I'm with you on that. It really was. And those are some of our top stories. Also, of course, travelers taking to the highways for Thanksgiving holidays. Let's be honest, okay? Let's just put it out where it is. Yes, the CDC is saying that you shouldn't travel, but majority of people that I've talked to seem to be saying, well, you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to have Thanksgiving. But that to me is where it kind of separates, where the road separates. You have some people that say, yes, we're going to have Thanksgiving, but we're going to do it in a very prudent, smart manner, and try to be considerate of other people, or maybe they're just not going to have Thanksgiving at all, or maybe they're not going to have people that are predisposed in some form or fashion. And then you have others that just say, you know what, we're going to have Thanksgiving because, you only live once or for whatever. But I also know this. I know more people now who have had COVID in some form or fashion than I ever thought I would. And it seems like every day there are more people in my sphere. And when I say that, they're not like people that I come in contact with, but people that I know that, yeah, it's happening to them. So again, if you want to keep up with what's going on with all the stories locally, you start at kfdm.com, kind of run through what's happening. You can see the rise in pediatric cases. You can also go, of course, we have national stories as well as local stories, but I've always believed that's what makes us different than anyone else, is that we do local. All right. But let me also take you, while we're talking about this, let's go look at the COVID-19 dashboard. I have been pushing this, or at least showing you this, since almost the beginning of the pandemic, going back to probably early March. This is from Texas Human Services, Health and Human Services. And it is, they have a lot of this. You can go and you can look at COVID-19 case data if you want to. Again, comes down to the numbers. There you go. You can look at, molecular tests, fatalities. You can look at estimated active cases right there. You can even go in and look by county and find out where your county stands as far as, these bubbles that you see over here. For example, I can click this one and it will pull up Jasper County, which shows they have 541 positive cases. You can click any and it will do the same. But you can also go, and this is the one that I always point to, hospitalizations, right? Isn't that what they said? This is the cornerstone of concern. When you start to see hospital cases get to the point that it overwhelms the system, then you have a problem. And here we are in July spiking out at 10,000. So we drop off through September. We're looking good here in the state of Texas. 3,251. Now we get back up here. We're within 2,000 hospitalizations of being where we were at our highest point. So that's what is concerning a lot of people. We can go in and look at our region. We are Region R. Region R. So Region R shows you the population. 1.3 million total staffed hospital beds, available beds. We have 2,014. We have 260 beds available right now, but only 10 ICU beds. So that is the concern of some folks. So that's what we're keeping an eye on, and I suggest you do the same to see, to speak to the seriousness of the issue here in Southeast Texas. If you're looking for some kind of benchmark, something that you can go by and go, okay, it is or it isn't, then maybe it's hospitalizations for you. And again, you can go and check here on and all you have to do is put in Texas COVID dashboard and it will take you to this website. It's just that simple. All right. So go and check that out for yourself. I want to come back over and see what's going on this morning with some other folks who are checking in. Chason Carey, good morning to you. Here's one for you. Charity Ali, while the world's busy competing with one another, be among those who are busy competing with ourselves. Be better than you were yesterday. Work hard. Never put others down to elevate yourself. Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good mantra to live by. Angela Campbell, it's amazing. Elton Grubb says, I do baked spiral ham instead of turkey. Well, you know what, Elton, I'm thinking this year, the wife bought turkey breast, and I'm thinking about smoking them. And I've never done that before. Now, I have smoked turkeys, but I've never smoked turkey breast. And I'm going to give it a try. And I'm not big into the Cajun injection thing. That just never has done it for me. I love fried turkeys, but I'm going to try to stay away from that. Melody says, good morning. Thanks for what you do. Well, you're more than welcome. I just enjoy having my time with folks in the morning. Lola, good morning to you. Let me see if I can get, love this show. Keep it up. Well, we're certainly going to try. Ursula, good morning to you. Joel Wiggins says, dye your beard. Not in this time. Not in this lifetime, Joel. I'm not. I don't know that I would know how to. And I would also be afraid that, you sweat and maybe it starts running. I'm just saying. I want to use to Dan, you could still look the same after so many years of working at KFDM because I have a secret formula that I take, Juanita. And when I look at it, it doesn't look the same to me. I'll be honest with you. It does not look the same. Elton also says he's staying home. Denise, good morning to you. Sheila, good morning to you as well. What else is going on? Has anyone else experienced more sightings of fruit flies, which can also spread the sickness? I've had them at my house. I'm not having a problem right now, but I have had them at my house for sure. Donald Hennigan says, "Good morning, Danny. Hope y'all have a happy and safe Thanksgiving." Well, thank you, Donald, and certainly the same to you. All right, so let's well, a couple more things I want to hit on, and then we'll be done this morning. We'll get you out and on the way, your way. Let's go back over. I wanted to show you. This is an interesting article. Take your time, read this one. This is USA Today. I just think it's interesting that maybe we need to know and understand. Where do these holidays come from? What really is the history? It says, after a summer of racial reckoning, is America ready to learn the truth about Thanksgiving? And you probably go, oh no, here we go again. Somebody's got to write the history books. They got to make. Listen, I think we all by now understand that, history is written by what? The people who survived, the people who, are in the place to write it. I think we can probably all understand that our concept of Thanksgiving that maybe we were taught in elementary school was probably pretty simplified. But it's just worth the read to know what others have found and what they see and what was happening. In 1620, when supposedly the first Thanksgiving, right, between the Puritans or the Pilgrims and the England or the Indians took place. Was that really what happened? I mean, did they all get together and go, oh, let's have a big party? Well, probably not, but we know where the idea comes from. And again, the first real recognized Thanksgiving Day was Abraham Lincoln. What was it, 1865? And it was really, the National Day of Thanksgiving was about the end of the Civil War and giving thanks for the fact that it was done, that it was over. But again, go read and see what you think. That's all I'm saying. Go read and see what you think. USA Today, and again, you can find it. Just look for Thanksgiving Myths. Okay, and one final thing to leave you with. Always want to be positive when we go out, right? Leave you with something, an upbeat. I have never done this, but as soon as I saw this story, I thought, well, that makes so much sense. That people would have turkey gumbo after Thanksgiving. Houston Chronicle, Abigail Rosenthal byline on this one, an ode to turkey gumbo, the day after Star of Thanksgiving. Do you do this at your house? Make gumbo out of that? I get it. I think it would be great, but we've never done it. But I'm thinking, and my wife makes great gumbo. She really does. The grandkids love it. I love it. And maybe there'll be some turkey left over. I don't know. That not normally, if we don't do a whole turkey, there's not much left. You know what I'm saying? But if we do a whole turkey, trying to get kids to eat the dark meat has never been much of a success around here. But anyway, go read it. Houston Chronicle. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. Ode to Turkey Gumbo, the day after Star of Thanksgiving. As always, let me ask you to do me a favor. Hit me with a like. That's the little blue circle with the thumbs up. Just lets me know you've been here. And at the same time, I can pass that along to my bosses to show that, yeah, we're still doing this and people are still hanging around for a few minutes to find out what's happening from the house. Also, the reminder, you can stay up to date. Listen, go and check in with if you've got folks coming in or, you're going to be hosting or you're going to, remember, you can always go to KFDM.com. You can catch up with what's happening with the forecast. Dana saying that we should not have rain on Thanksgiving Day. So if you would, think about doing yours outside, might not be a bad idea. Thanksgiving, I mean. If you're having people over, I don't know. Err on the side of caution, I guess, is kind of where we're going with ours. But anyway, you can check out what's going on Facebook. Of course, that's where you're at right now. We'll keep you up to date with the headlines. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, Morning TV Dan. And Dan's at Home on YouTube is the YouTube channel. We try to post all of our updates there so you can catch up on YouTube as well. Again, thank you for your time, as always. I've said it before, and I will certainly say it again this morning. Time is the greatest currency of life. It's not dollars and cents. It's time. And the fact that you would invest a little bit of your time here on the At Home Update means a whole lot to me. And I appreciate it. And I hope that I will make the most of your time every single day when you bother to be a part of our live stream. So again, go out and make it a terrific day. Start planning for the rest of the week. But don't forget, we'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning on KFDM TV, as we will be throughout the day today. You can catch up on the forecast and the headlines. And of course, we'll see you back here tomorrow morning bright and early as well. Again, go out and make it a terrific day and stay safe out there.